Talking podcast. I'm JJ Starr.
And I'm Downtown Andy.
Welcome. We're here to talk, bring some civil discourse to an otherwise discordant world. Andy, I know how you are.
I got shingles.
You do. You're not feeling too good.
No, I feel like absolute shit.
And I've had it several times, so I understand and I sympathize.
Let's get through the rules real quick.
The rules. 3 rules for the sake of civility. No judgment, nothing personal, and don't be a dick. Please don't be a dick.
So, the reason that we are now outside of our normal studio, if you will...
Yeah, I apologize if we're echoing.
I finally got the wild... I don't even know if wild hair is the right way of saying it, but... pardon me, I'm a little slow because of the disease. But
the antivirals are knocking your brain cells.
Yeah, they sure are. This is one of those moments where I was just like, where I thought, this is a time where we should have something recording because, you know,
we're divulging deep, dark secrets about ourselves.
I've said before that our best conversations don't make it to air because we don't think to pull out the iPad in the midst of that conversation. You are in the middle of painting a deck right now.
Yes, I am. And
concentrating very... specifically on that.
I am, actually, yes.
And we were just having a very thought-provoking conversation about artistry and interpretation. And so I thought it best to get an episode on the ticket.
Why not?
So for those of you just tuning in, would you like to, clue them in on what we were just getting at?
Well, we were just talking about... I mean, I don't even know how... How did that even get started? I don't even know.
You were saying that you weren't sure that you were going to like this.
Was I being self-deprecating? Was that it?
So, my wife is getting ready for the Westchester Horror and Tattoo Convention. Mm-hmm. Blood and Ink, is that what it's called?
Blood and Ink.
Blood and Ink, coming up.
It's coming up in less than a month at this point.
We're in the office right now, and it's full of... her pieces that she has been hard at work on over the last several months.
Yeah, my poor hands.
Yeah.
Poor fucking hands.
She's going to need new hands after this, so if any of you want to donate to her her hand replacement...
Yeah, I'm taking. I am taking
titanium
donations.
rods in those wrists.
It'd be fucking great.
Yeah. Wonder how much those go for. But yeah, she's got a series of skate decks going on right now. Mm-hmm. There's a unifying theme to all of them, and they are very colorful and very detailed.
Thank you.
And what sparked this conversation we were having is the fact that you, as an artist, would like to be acknowledged. Is that the right way of saying it?
Validated.
Validated.
Yeah, I mean, and that's... I was saying, I don't get embarrassed. I don't get shy. Well, I mean, I get shy, but... I don't get, I don't shy away from, this is my work, this is what I made and everything. And, I mean, I have sold plenty of pieces over the last decade to a wide variety of people. I have, changed my styles. I have updated my styles. I've gotten better at certain things and everything. But whenever I do one of these tattoo shows specifically... And the reason why I do the tattoo shows is because most of my work is tattoo inspired. Mm-hmm. And I... Excuse me.
Washing the brush is always the fun part. Beat the devil out of it.
I mean, I do the tattoo shows, but, I always feel a little self-conscious because... I am surrounded by so much talent. And it's not that I don't think myself talented or anything like that. I definitely do. But I don't consider myself on par with a lot of the artists, especially the artists that I've known for a long time, whose work I've admired for years and stuff like that. And it is difficult.
Tell them about the piece in the bedroom we were just talking about.
So I bought that in...
Well, tell them what it is first.
Yes, I'm getting there. In 2018, at the Westchester Tattoo Con, tattoo artist and visual artist Christian Massat was there, and he painted this oil painting of Tweedledee and Tweedledum chasing Alice through the flowers and everything like that. Very horror inspired. And I remember seeing it, and I just told him, I said, you save that because it's mine. And at the end of the weekend, it sure enough, it came home with me. And it's one of my favorite pieces in the house.
It's very detailed.
It is very detailed. And I mean, it's beautiful. I am very impressed when people, not just artists, but when people can do something that I can't. It's why your musical, talent and everything impresses me so much. Because these are
does?
Oh, God, yeah. Because it's things that I absolutely cannot do. I know that you say, well, anybody can do it if you just sit down and learn. But that's not the case.
Well, you have to apply practice to it. I mean, it's true what they say, practice makes perfect.
Yes. And
I'm still practicing to this day.
And, I bought this painting off of Christian, and I absolutely love it. And I wanted to get another one the next year. I just couldn't justify. I didn't make enough money at that show to justify buying another painting. But, I had asked him, how long does it typically take him to produce a canvas of that caliber?
An oil painting.
And it's 24 by 36.
It's pretty big.
It's exquisitely detailed. It's 2 foot by 3 feet.
Yeah.
Yep. And he told me that took him about 12 hours. On average, a painting that size would take anywhere from like 10 to 12 hours.
For him.
And
What do you think it would take you to do that?
To do something like that, I would say probably upwards of 3 weeks. And that's just it, is I am not very speedy. I mean, when I did like one of these decks in a single day, and you
did a few of them in a single day.
No.
Like a day and a half.
Yeah, typically I can get these done if I work a full day, and by full day I mean or 8 to 10 hours, and that's only because that's how much daylight that we get now.
Right.
I can pump it out probably in 2 days.
And your hands are dead by the end of that.
And that's just it, is that I have pretty terrible and advanced arthritis. So it is extremely difficult for me to do this in general, let alone do it in a very timely manner. But, we were saying that when I do these shows, I want, like, if I have something in mind, I want to be perceived as a contemporary. I want other artists to look at my work and consider it art. And I'm sure it's projections of insecurity and everything to think that people don't consider me a talent. I don't necessarily think that, but I also don't necessarily believe that there are artists out there who look at my work and consider it art. I think that most people look at my work and have a neutral or apathetic opinion about it.
Well, let me start by saying that at the last convention we did, I had a blast. It didn't feel...
You were the barker.
It didn't feel like work at all, even though, we had to set up the booth and the grid walls and put everything out and tear down and be there and advertise and hand out cards and talk to people and everything. It just felt like part of the vacation, because once the hours of the convention were over...
I'm really glad that was fun for you.
It was so much fun.
I'm very glad.
It was a lot of fun because we spent the weekend around like-minded people, which we don't typically do.
No, I
can't tell you how many times, I mean, I'm sure it's probably similar at your job, but I go into work and I can't talk to people about music. I can't talk to people about art because I don't really share a lot in common with the people I work with. They don't ever come out to see my bands or anything like that. They don't typically, I mean, one of my coworkers came and bought stuff from you when we did Art Walk, which was nice of him.
Yeah.
But it's nice to go to places where there's a concentrated amount of people that we have things in common with because we could talk about these things all day long.
Sure.
So there was that. And part of, what we were talking about before we started recording was the fact that, I tell you this all the time. regardless of whether it's your art or my music or whatever it is, just because, like, we're never going to be satisfied with what we do.
I have been satisfied.
As have I. At times.
I've been very satisfied with certain pieces.
Certain. But the thing is that maybe it's just something I keep telling myself, is the fact that we are not the audience.
See, and I don't know if I completely accept that.
We disagree.
I really don't think I accept that, because the last thing I would want is to start creating things that I do not like.
I mean, I'd say it's probably fair to say we've both created things that are not for us. That have, I mean,
sure.
You made me those 2 skate decks for Christmas and my birthday, and
yeah, but you know what? I look at that skate deck that I painted of me, and it's like one of my favorite things ever. Because I'm just like, damn,
you're in love with yourself.
Did I not know that I could do that? Like, I impressed myself with that shit.
And completely out of your wheelhouse.
Oh, remarkably out of your wheelhouse.
2 decks in a row, I asked you to paint in the style of Japanese anime.
Yep.
And you knocked both of them out of the park.
Yeah, completely out of my wheelhouse.
And those speak to me as the audience, because they, aside from, them meaning what they are, being so close to my heart.
Yeah.
You took the time and the effort, and you made them handmade them for me. And from a very short distance, they look like they've been printed.
Thank you.
Like, if I didn't know that you had made them, I would have thought you went out and bought them.
I remember sitting in this room doing that Blue Eyes deck, and that was like wild.
Just
watching that come together, because as I'm doing it, as I'm like, I'm mapping out where each shade of blue goes and everything to create that gradation look. And I was, every single inch of the way, I'm like, this is garbage.
So for those who don't know, I'm a huge Yu-Gi-Oh nerd, and the Blue Eyes White Dragon has always been my favorite card, character, creature, whatever. And for my 34th birthday?
You're 36 now, so yeah, you're 34th.
34th birthday, Jess surprised me with a hand-done skate deck with like a carbon copy. Like the shades were perfect, spot on, of this character on a blank deck, and it proudly hangs in our dining area right now and has ever since. And every fan, every friend, anybody I've ever showed it to has been as blown away as I was.
I'm glad that turned out as well as it did, because I'm telling you, when I was working on it close up, I'm like, this is trash. But then when it was finished and you could step back and see the way that the colors, sort of mapped out and they created those gradations, I was like, oh, thank God.
Now here's the theme of the episode that we apparently disagree on. You're not the audience. I'm the audience.
Yeah, but do you write music?
For other people?
No. Do you write music? You sit down to write a song and you're just like, well, this is complete claptrap, but yeah, I'm going to produce it anyway.
I've got to think back to see if I actually have done that.
Because I don't do that with my work. Now, I have been, requisitioned to create custom pieces. I did in, Lord, this feels like it was a million years ago. It might have been 2016. It might have been earlier than that. A friend of a friend requested a skate deck that was this, scene with Poseidon and everything. And I'm just like, okay. I'm like, well, my style is, traditional American tattoo. And he's like, that's fine, put your spin on it.
And people always seem to think that you're a tattoo artist as well.
Oh, they always
or
think
ask
I'm a
if you.
artist.
Yeah, it's like, where's your shop?
The nice thing is this year I'm going to have a handful of coat of arms cards and just be like, well, we're associated with a shop. Yeah. Here's where you go to
with
get
someone
tattooed.
who's bought your work.
With someone who's bought quite a bit of my work.
Hi, Eric.
Does
he listen?
I don't know.
He's going to now.
But he wanted this thing, and as I was creating it, I was like, I truly don't really like this. I'm like, that's not what I do. I don't create scenes with a background and a foreground and stuff like that. I'm like, that's not what I do. You know, my stuff is very flat. That's just speaking the truth, is my work is very one-dimensional. It's very rare that my work has, you know, a background and a foreground, and this was something that I was, you know, really sort of like, well, I'm going to do my best. And looking back at it, like, it really doesn't look bad. But did I create that for myself? No.
Well, why doesn't your stuff have a foreground and a background?
It's just not what I do. I don't do scenes. I don't paint scenes.
Is it something you don't think you can do or can't do well?
I think that if I gave it, you know, the old college try, I definitely could. But, you know, I mean, it's...
Not something you've been, you know...
No, it's just not something...
Inspired to do?
Yeah. I mean, that's just it, my stuff is very graphic.
See, as
opposed to being any sort of, you know, life study or anything like that.
I don't think I've ever directly asked you, or maybe I have maybe just once, but, like, I've often wondered where you get the ideas for your subject matter. Like, what makes you want to paint the stuff that you paint?
I mean, it comes and goes. I work very much off of just, you know, inspiration. Like,
like, what would make... Like, I understand that why you do the tarot canvases, because you like tarot decks.
Yes.
But, you know, for the decks, the skate decks that you're doing here, like, what makes you choose this subject matter as opposed to anything else?
Honestly, it's probably... I mean, the first skate deck I did was a koi fish, and it came out beautifully. And I mean, you talk about, like, I don't typically do blending and shading. This motherfucker came out so perfect that I was like, I can do something interesting. And then I did a couple of more things, you know, and just sort of like picking the, you know, the sort of traditional tattoo flash that fits the space really well. It's like, I think when you're choosing, like, you know, where to place a tattoo. It's like, well, if you put it on this part of the body, it won't read well because of the curves and everything like that, the curves of the body, or a flat part of your body, like the chest or the rib cage and stuff like that. So I think that sort of goes into it. When I started doing the animals, though...
Whoa.
What?
For those of you who are wondering what kind of decks she's working on now, well, you'll just have to come to the tattoo convention and see for yourself.
Most of them are on Instagram.
These?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Wow, do you not follow?
Listen, you've been giving me a hard time for being on social media as much as I have,
well, if you're gonna be, I think the least you can do is follow your wife.
I do follow you. You have like 7 different pages.
I know, it's true.
It's hard to keep track of them all.
It's true. But I started doing these, and I was like, they come out well. And others come out better than others, you know? So, our producer is rustling.
Yeah. Hi, Sadie.
Hi, Sadie. She's like, why are you doing this in my room?
She's in her bed now.
Yeah, amazing.
Giving me the look.
She's like, somebody pet me. But yeah, like, I don't know. I started doing a couple of these, and I was like, that came out kind of cool. And I just ran with it. And, you know, this one in particular, this particular collection, I sort of picked, you know, tattoo flash that seemed kind of vicious to me. Just to sort of keep with the theme, the horror theme of this whole thing. It's why I did the Universal Monsters paintings and stuff like that, you know, and why I did the slasher drawings. So...
See, like, you asked me, like, have I ever written something that I wasn't all that thrilled with writing or didn't want to or whatever it was. I mean, stuff I've written for myself has been all genuine. It's all... Anything I mean, we were just talking earlier about my not being satisfied with the quality of the recordings, you know, because a lot of stuff that I complain about is stuff that I wrote and recorded a long time ago, like almost 20 years ago, that shockingly some of my friends and contemporaries still listen to, which baffles the shit out of me because, you know, I could have absolutely done better. I'm not crazy about the subject matter anymore, even though they might be. But again, I think to myself, like, I'm not the audience. You know, it's not for me. I've gotten a lot more into writing within the bands now because when we do something collectively, we kind of all share in that.
Yeah.
And, you know, that makes it a little bit more gratifying, I guess.
But let me ask you, because you say you're not the audience. Why not?
Because I was in the beginning, when I first started actually writing music, when I was in my teens, like, I was the audience. I was writing about, you know, things that were affecting me at the time.
Yeah.
And I did an entire album, you know, dedicated to heartbreak and anger and, you know, frustration and not fitting in and this, that, and the other, all the things that, you know, a lot of people struggle with throughout their lives. And it's just like, I'm not in that place anymore. I can't write like that. I don't even really want to write like that.
But that's just it, is that then that shouldn't be the material that you write about. But I don't see why you shouldn't be the audience for your own creation.
I feel like I've told all my stories, like, lyrically, and there's really not much else for me to say, and I've taken much more pride in the music that I put together now. You know,
write love songs, you're in love now.
What makes you think those aren't in the pipe?
Are they?
You'll just have to come to my convention and find out.
So,
but I mean, when it comes to, if you take the work that I do on my instruments, you know, when I'm sitting around tinkering with guitars and stuff, if I do shoddy work, it's because I mean to. It's because I'm impatient and lazy and strip a lot of screws in the process because I just want to get to the finished product. When I want to take my time, I will take my time. See, when it comes to anything.
Now, you saw me start that goat.
Yeah.
And I was almost finished with it when I quite literally texted you and said, I absolutely hate this.
And I had a really hard, I
absolutely loathe this piece.
I didn't want to tell you when you first showed me the stencil that I was like, oh, that's off center. Like,
it's not even off. See, you keep nitpicking that kind of stuff. I'm looking at the actual, drawing of it, and I fucking hate it.
I mean, the one you ended up doing is
much better.
Yeah, and much better centered.
Oh, God.
Listen, I don't want to lie to you.
No, instead, you find something to criticize in everything that I make.
It's all out of love.
Every single thing. Every time I create something, I was like, hey, come here and look at this one I just finished. Your first reaction to almost every single thing that I make is, are you too far gone to change something about it? That is the question that is on the tip of your tongue every time I show you my work.
That's not always the case, though, because I'm looking at some of these.
How am I expected to be proud of anything I create when obviously it needs changing every single time?
Well, if you yourself are the audience, then it shouldn't matter what anybody says. I mean, this is obvious. First of all, you've also told me that you have a really hard time letting go of stuff that you've put a lot of work into, like the one you gave to your friend that he ended up skating on. Oh. Yeah, sorry to bring that up.
Heartbreak.
But, when I look at this tiger that you've done here, that's perfect. That is, spot on.
That's a lynx.
What's the difference?
Ask National Geographic.
I'm not up on my... Listen, my subscription to Zoo Books expired 25 years ago, all right?
But yes, that one came out very nice.
The panther looks good. The boar looks good. The bat looks good. The gorilla looks mean. He's mean.
He's mean.
Oh my God, you know what you should do next?
What?
You should do this one of Lon Chaney over here on the Blitzkid cover.
What are you talking about?
The Phantom over here.
What am I supposed to do?
Oh wait, that's not Lon Chaney.
What am I supposed to do with it?
You put that on a skate deck. That'd be funny. I'm sure Steve would buy it.
Steve would not buy it.
Yeah, you don't know that.
I did the Universal Monsters.
Monsters.
I didn't put them on skate decks. I put them on canvases.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, that's a whole nother series you got going on. Oh, what were we talking about?
I don't know.
Well, this was a good talk.
But no, we're not done.
I know.
No, but the whole point was that I was saying was that I want to be seen as legitimate. Because I've always, and I don't know, maybe it is projection, maybe it's not. I feel like I've always been made to believe that most people see what I do as a hobby.
Well, this is where I'm going to interrupt you. What makes you think that you are not seen as legitimate by some people?
I'm sure that that's projection. But I mean, I have no doubt that some people look at me and they're just like when I do these shows and they're just like, what is she doing here?
Like, you know, at the last gig, several people came up to me and were like, you killed it, man. Like, that was amazing.
Did you?
I don't know. That's not for me to say. I went up there. I had a good time. I sweated my balls off. Mm-hmm. I was in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean,
Are you talking about last night?
Yeah.
Literally last night.
So.
But yeah.
But like, I mean, you know, and most times when I thrive on performing in front of an audience. I love getting up on stage, showing what I can do with an instrument. It's gratifying and humbling and exciting and all sorts of a roller coaster of emotions. Getting up there and taking something that I've practiced doing most of my life and putting it on display for people to be entertained by.
Right.
Now, whether or not they're entertained, I mean, if they don't tell me, I won't know. But the people who do come up to me, I'm just like, in the back of my mind, all I can think is, I could have done better. Because I've been conditioned most of my life by a lot of people to think that, you know, my best isn't good enough.
Is that why you're always basically insinuating that the rest of us can do better too?
I think everybody could do better if they really wanted to. But that's not to say that people's best isn't good enough.
Like, do you, every time you say, like, my work could be changed, am I willing to listen to the changes that should be made, etc., etc.?
Are you happy with the work that you do?
For the most part.
Then it shouldn't, in my opinion, it shouldn't matter what anybody says, including me.
But your opinion does matter to me because you are one of these people of the audience that you're talking about.
And that's exactly why I try to give you an honest critique. Because I don't want to sugarcoat my opinion when it comes to your work.
But you don't open those critiques with anything constructive.
Well, I'm sorry if my delivery is not...
The first thing that you offer with regards to a response to my work is, would you consider changing this?
It's also... and
really?
We were talking about this earlier. It's also a matter of the first stages are not the final stages. So when I look at something that's not even close to being complete, my perception is not the same as what it would be when it is complete. Okay. And that's not just when it comes to artwork. That's with a lot of things.
Yeah.
So that's my hang-up, and I own that.
Okay.
So I don't intend to criticize you.
It's completely unintentional.
It's completely unintentional. I don't intend to be mean. Let's put it that way. I don't intend to be mean, or to be, you know,
it's like when
upset you.
When I don't even know if it upsets me, but it makes me second guess. It makes me feel like that is exactly what everyone else is thinking when they look at my work. That, like, no one is going to look at this and say, oh my God, that's awesome. Like, I wonder if I can have that.
But you have so many people come up to you at these shows and they look at your stuff and they're floored by it.
Well.
Now, how do you know that they're not your contemporaries? They could be.
They could be.
There are people that were at Art Walk that had their own booths that came up to you and said they loved your stuff. Does that not validation in itself?
I mean, it is. I'm very excited for this show in particular because this is the first time that I'm really going above and beyond to sort of like target the people who are going to be at this specific event. I had other pieces and other ideas and my typical classic work, the teddy bears and stuff like that, you know? The more polarizing pieces that I have. Stuff that I am proud of and, you know, are a part of the history of this company that I started so long ago. But then it's like, the people who are going to be there, this is a horror show. I need to do something that's going to grab those people. Do I think that that's pandering? No, because I'm not creating things that I wouldn't otherwise create. I'm just gearing the theme of my work for this show specifically to the people who will be there. Because when it comes down to it, I do want to make money.
And therein lies the trade-off.
See,
I think part of my pessimism comes from the fact that I miss being impressed. Like, I look at your work and I'm impressed because it's work that I could not myself do. In regards to music, though, a lot of bands that I play with, I'm just not impressed by because a lot of times I look at what they're playing and I think, I could do that.
Yeah.
You know, there's really nothing. And, you know, anybody could see that. They could look at a band, and if there's no stage presence, if there's nothing creative or clever about the music, and it's just like, well, if you're just going to stand up there and not engage your audience,
well, yeah,
you can't, like, I try to put on a show. I try to be goofy and funny and exciting, well. You know, and I get criticized too, but I want to I want to put on a performance that I myself would want to see. And I miss the days when I was impressionable and was excited by everything that I saw. Yeah. Because it gave me a reason to go home and strive to be better. I remember being younger and going to see bands and being floored by everything I had heard and everything I saw. And I'm like, I want to do that. I used to always want to be a carbon copy of everybody I'd seen. Anytime I would go to see a show, I'd want to go home and start writing in the style of what I just saw. I'd want to mimic everything that, you know, I had seen that night. And at some point I stopped and I thought to myself, I really need to start being my own person.
Right.
And stop trying to copy everybody. I mean, you know, I can lift bits and pieces, but I can't just be a carbon copy of my influences.
That, you know, you copy the masters, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as you learn from it. I think that's the hardest part of being creative, is creating something original. The idea of creating something original, to me, is like completely foreign.
What I've learned is it's way easier to create something original when you're not even trying.
What do you mean?
If you're not so focused on creating something that's unique and different and original, it'll come out when you least expect it, and again, it may not matter as much to you as it does to somebody else.
Yeah.
But isn't that the goal? Isn't it?
Probably.
To you know, like, again, when I look at those skate decks that you've made for me, it triggers an emotion within me.
Right.
And so I look on those decks very favorably because you brought to life a piece of my childhood.
Well, that's what I was going for.
And so it matters a great deal to me.
Well, thank you. Songs
that we write and songs that we play may not mean nearly as much to me as they do to other people. But if they mean something to other people, that, in my opinion, that's all the better.
I see what you're getting at.
Do I want, like, my contemporaries to think of me as a good player, as a good writer? I mean, that would be nice. But I'm not holding my hat on that anymore because when I go to shows, I just want to have fun.
Well, you have fun at my shows.
I certainly do. I was playing guitar at your last show, along with the bands.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
So...
Someone buy it, please.
There is a guitar that my wife has painstakingly worked on for years and it was complete as of, when did we do that convention? Was that 2 years ago?
No, that was last April.
Right. So a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And people were looking at it and trying it out and, you know, admiring the work and everything. But I was like, you really want to sell this thing? I ended up putting $200 worth of upgraded electronics into it, and I drove to the local guitar center and I bought a pocket amp, and we're sitting there, and while all the bands are playing and the BMX is going on, I'm just noodling along to whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
And that was literally just to pass the time.
It was a fun time.
It was.
Oh my God, I have one line left.
And that guitar is still hanging in our living room and still for sale.
Please, for the love of God, buy it.
Yeah.
That will come with us to this show.
Yeah.
I don't know that it'll sell, but it'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad you're going to be there, too.
I'm glad I'm going to be there.
I need you there to keep my head on straight.
Oh, that reminds me. I still need to attempt to put in for the time off again.
Well, you're going to take it anyway.
That's right.
And as I finish the last line of this skate deck, literally as the sun is setting, the sun is
What better way to go out?
The sun is bleeding out in the sky, and it's just like, you don't have any light left.
Well, I think this was a very good talk.
Well, good.
You know, it gave our listeners a little bit more insight into who you are and what you do and why you do it.
Yeah. And please don't use this as ammo, anybody out there in podcast land. I'm a very fragile person. I'm very fragile, especially physically at this point. My hand hurts so fucking much. But this has been a lot of fun. I had fun.
It's too bad we're not videoing this, because then they could see the giant red patches all over my fucking chest.
Well, that, I think, is a good enough reason not to.
Yeah. It's very painful. Go get vaccinated.
You can't get vaccinated.
You can't get the shingles vaccine?
You qualify when you're 50.
For real?
Yes. And the fun news, my love, is that now that you've gotten it at such a young age, you are likely to get it again.
Shit!
I speak from...
This sucks.
I speak from experience.
This is awful.
Yeah, no, it's horrendous.
And like a genius, I actually went into work today for an hour and a half because, you know...
Like I told you, the best thing you can do is rest.
Yeah.
Rest and de-stress, because stress especially can trigger a flare.
Well, as of this week, a few more of my coworkers started listening to the podcast.
Well, good.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a fun one. I had fun. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we hope that everyone out there in podcast land also had fun. Please find us on social media, DT Andy and JJ Star with 2 R's. Find Love Hard Art on Instagram, because you can get a little preview of everything that we got coming up. Things that are displayed at Coat of Arms Tattoo in Bethel, Connecticut. And the Westchester Blood and Ink Tattoo and Horror Convention coming up November 15th, 16th, and 17th in White Plains, New York. Please come support local artists and buy my shit. And
buy my book.
What do you got going up? You got a show on Thursday,
I'm
don't you?
on Instagram now trying to find the ad for it.
I know it's on Thursday, because I remember thinking, why is there a show on Thursday? What a weird thing.
Oh my god, there's so many ads on our page that are not for us, just because they're supporting other bands.
I'm really looking forward to this tattoo show being over, too, because I miss free time.
Thursday, October 24th at the Stranger Brew Pub in Norwich, Connecticut. Tax collectors and harlots. The full lineup will be there.
The full lineup?
Rhodey was away this week.
Oh!
So, it was Scott's last official show on guitar and vocals, and he is returning to what he does best, and that is being a full-time frontman. Yeah, Rhodey hasn't been, he's not a tax collector yet.
So then if Scott's not going to play guitar anymore, he's going to jump up, and get down.
He certainly is.
Oh, boy!
Yeah, he's going to bring the thunder.
He's going to bring the thunder, indeed.
That's right.
Well, all right, cool. So, yeah.
So, tax collectors are in Norwich on the 24th, and then we have another one I think we're back in Providence in November.
Cool, as long as it's not the same weekend as this shit.
November 9th, we are at 103 Dyke Street in Providence, Rhode Island.
Okay. Don't get into an accident this time.
I didn't get into an accident. Somebody
this time.
rear-ended me at a red light. That's not me getting into one. That's somebody else causing one.
Somebody else having one. Somebody else made an oopsie.
Yeah. Brand new driver.
Well, all right. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for spending your Saturday with us.
We're gonna take the next one off, I think, because it's our anniversary. Our anniversary is a week after this episode comes out.
Well, I mean, we could record and just release it on that Tuesday.
We might. Yeah. We might. So stay tuned for that nonsense. And in the meantime,
stay weird.
Yeah, stay weird. And
spread the word.
Spread the word. Pass it on.
Back scratchers are coming.
Shut up. Tell all your friends
about our back scratchers.
And from the three of us here at That Talking Podcast, I'm JJ Star.
And I'm Downtown Andy.
And we will talk to you later.